Sister Wife star Christine Brown comes clean about secret drug addiction. Sister Wife star Christine Brown has built a reputation for honesty, strength, and resilience. Over the years, viewers have watched her transition from a woman trying to hold together a plural family, to someone who finally found her independence and happiness outside of Kody Brown's shadow. But now, Christine has come forward with a shocking confession that has fans talking everywhere. She has openly admitted to something she says she kept secret for years, her struggles connected to what she describes as a secret drug. Christine Brown's story has always been layered. From the early seasons of Sister Wives, she appeared as the cheerful, nurturing wife who wanted the family to succeed. She raised 6 children, put her dreams on hold for the sake of the Brown household, and tried her best to balance her emotions in a marriage that wasn't always equal. Fans saw her smile, her laughter, and her upbeat personality. But Christine is now making it clear, things were not as simple as they appeared on the surface. According to Christine, there were times in her marriage and family life when the emotional weight became unbearable. She has admitted that during some of the hardest moments, she turned to something she now calls her secret drug. But before anyone jumps to conclusions, Christine clarified that she was not talking about illegal substances. Her confession is deeper, more complicated, and reveals a side of her life that fans never saw on television. The drug Christine is referring to is food, and the comfort she sought in it during years of unhappiness. She explained that she used food as a way to cope with the pain, rejection, and loneliness she felt in her plural marriage with Kody. For years, fans had commented on her struggles with weight, but Christine now says it was not simply about lifestyle choices. It was about emotional survival. Every time she felt ignored, dismissed, or unloved, she turned to food as her escape, calling it the one thing she could always rely on to numb the pain. This kind of emotional eating is something many people can relate to, and Christine's honesty has sparked an outpouring of support from viewers. For so long, she carried the image of being the wife who never complained, the mother who always had everything under control. But behind the scenes, she was fighting an internal battle that few people knew about. The secrecy, she admits, made it even harder, because no one around her truly understood why she was struggling. Christine also revealed that her addiction to food worsened during the final years of her marriage to Kody. She said that the more she tried to express her needs and the more she was ignored, the more she turned to food as a replacement for the love she wasn't receiving. What shocked many fans was her admission that she often ate in secret, hiding snacks or meals so that no one would know how much she was consuming. She described it as her drug of choice because it became a way of self-medicating. But Christine isn't just confessing to the struggles, she's also sharing how she has worked to overcome them. Since leaving Kody and moving on with her life, she has been on a journey of healing. She has openly embraced a healthier lifestyle, not just physically but emotionally. For Christine, it's not about dieting or restricting, it's about finally breaking the toxic cycle that tied her to her secret drug. She wants fans to know that freedom doesn't come from perfection, but from finally facing the truth. She also acknowledged that leaving Kody was a turning point. Christine explained that when she made the decision to walk away from the plural marriage, she was also making the decision to reclaim her life. Part of that meant being honest about the ways she had coped in the past, even if it was painful to admit. She says she no longer feels ashamed of the role food played in her life, because now she can see it for what it was, a survival mechanism in a marriage where she felt invisible. Fans have applauded Christine for her honesty, pointing out that her openness can help others who struggle with similar issues. Emotional eating, food addiction, and the stigma around weight are topics that rarely get discussed so openly, especially on reality TV. Christine's confession sheds light on how emotional pain can manifest in ways people don't expect. It's not always visible, but it's always there. Christine also addressed how difficult it was to see herself on Sister Wives during those years. Watching the show back, she realized how often she smiled through the pain, how often she looked like she was okay when she wasn't. She admitted that the public image of being the fun wife or the happy one added pressure, making it harder for her to reach out for help. She felt she had to live up to that role, even as she struggled privately. Now, Christine wants to break that cycle, not only for herself but for others. She explained that her journey is not about perfection or an ideal body, but about honesty and self-love. She believes that admitting the truth is the first step toward real healing. In fact, she says her new marriage to David Woolley has helped her more than she expected. For the first time, she feels seen and valued in a relationship, and that love has given her the confidence to share her truth without fear. Christine also spoke about the importance of therapy and self-reflection. She admitted that she had to face uncomfortable questions about why she turned to food, what it gave her, and how she could find healthier ways to cope. For years, she avoided these questions because it was too painful. But once she began the process, she realized that her relationship with food was never about hunger, it was about filling an emotional void. Her confession has sparked new conversations among Sister Wives fans. Many are revisiting old episodes, pointing out moments where Christine's pain seemed to peek through the cracks. Others are praising her bravery for opening up in a way that many reality stars never do. Instead of protecting her image, she has chosen to reveal her vulnerabilities, and in doing so, she has become even more relatable to viewers. Christine's journey also highlights the larger struggles within the Brown family. Her story of using food as a coping mechanism underscores how deeply unhappy many of the wives were in their plural marriage. While each wife had her own way of dealing with neglect, Christine's admission shows just how damaging the emotional dynamics of the family were. It wasn't just about jealousy or unequal treatment, it was about deep, lasting wounds that shaped their everyday lives. Looking forward, Christine says she hopes her story will inspire others to face their own struggles, whatever they may be. She believes that keeping secrets only gives them more power, and by speaking the truth, she has found freedom. She encourages others not to hide behind shame or fear, but to reach out for support and healing. Today, Christine Brown is not just a reality TV star. She is a woman who has gone through pain, fought her battles, and come out stronger on the other side. Her confession about her secret drug may have shocked fans at first, but it has also revealed her humanity in a way that makes her story even more powerful. She is proof that even when the cameras are off, real struggles continue behind closed doors. And by choosing to share her truth, Christine has not only lifted a weight from her own shoulders, she has given a voice to countless others who may be hiding their pain in silence. Her journey is far from over, but one thing is clear, Christine Brown is no longer living in secrecy. She has faced her past, admitted her struggles, and is now living with honesty, love, and strength. For her, the secret is no longer a source of shame, it is part of her story, and one she refuses to hide anymore. Mary Brown has always been one of the most complex and mysterious figures in the Sister Wives family. As Kody's first wife, she played a key role in shaping the early dynamics of the plural household. Yet over the years, fans have watched her struggle with loneliness, heartbreak, and disconnection. Now, Mary has come forward with a revelation that has fans stunned. She admits to a secret she has been carrying for years, one that she says completely changed the trajectory of her life and her role in the Brown family. For many years, Mary seemed to be the quiet and reserved wife, often fading into the background as the other relationships in the family took center stage. But beneath that calm exterior, she was fighting private battles. She now admits that the turning point in her life came not from what the cameras captured, but from what she kept hidden. Mary explained that for years, she felt unseen in her marriage. As Kody's attention shifted more and more toward Robin, she found herself grappling with deep insecurities. At the same time, she was struggling with her identity and purpose outside of the marriage. Fans remember her infamous catfishing scandal, but Mary now says that was only the surface of a much bigger truth. Her real secret was the depth of her emotional isolation, something she never admitted publicly until now. She revealed that she often cried herself to sleep, feeling like she no longer belonged in the family she helped build. While Christine and Janelle eventually chose to leave, Mary stayed much longer, trapped in what she describes as a cycle of denial. Her secret was that she didn't want to face the truth, that her marriage to Kody had been over long before the cameras stopped rolling. This admission has sparked an emotional reaction from fans. Many had long suspected that Mary was only hanging on out of duty or loyalty. Now, hearing her openly admit it confirms what viewers saw on screen for years. Her secret wasn't about betrayal, scandal, or shocking behavior, it was about her silence, her refusal to confront the reality of her own unhappiness. Mary explained that her decision to stay silent was rooted in fear. Fear of losing her family. Fear of being judged. Fear of what life outside the Brown household would look like. She admits that her identity was so tied to being Kody's first wife that she couldn't imagine herself outside of that role. It wasn't until much later that she realized she was sacrificing her happiness for the sake of a title that no longer had meaning. Her confession sheds light on the emotional cost of polygamy. Mary says that while the idea of plural marriage is built on unity, in practice, it often left her feeling more alone than ever. She says her biggest secret was not just her unhappiness, but the fact that she was pretending for so long, even to herself. Mary also admitted that keeping the secret took a toll on her mental and emotional health. She turned to work, business ventures, and distractions to fill the void, but nothing could mask the emptiness she felt in her relationship. Fans remember how she threw herself into projects like her bed and breakfast, which she says became her escape from the reality at home. Now, with distance from Kody and the family drama, Mary says she feels lighter. By finally speaking her truth, she has freed herself from years of shame and denial. She no longer wants to hide behind the image of a loyal wife when the reality was far different. Fans have praised her honesty, pointing out that her story mirrors the experiences of many people who stay in relationships long after they've ended emotionally. By sharing her secret, Mary has given a voice to anyone who has ever felt trapped by fear, loyalty, or societal expectations. Her confession also puts into perspective the complicated dynamics of the Brown family. It wasn't just about jealousy or favoritism, it was about women sacrificing themselves for a man who often failed to see their worth. Mary's silence shows how damaging it can be to ignore your own needs for the sake of keeping the peace. Now, Mary is charting a new course. She says her focus is on building a life that feels authentic, filled with purpose and love that doesn't depend on Kody. She admits it hasn't been easy, but she is learning to embrace her independence and trust her own strength. Her revelation may not have been the explosive scandal fans expected, but it is deeply human. Sometimes, the most shocking secrets are not about what you do, but about what you hide from yourself. Mary Brown's confession is proof that silence can be just as powerful as words. By finally breaking that silence, she has opened the door to healing, not only for herself but for anyone who has ever struggled with the same fear of letting go. Today, Mary is no longer defined by her role as Kody's first wife. She is defined by her courage to admit the truth and her determination to live life on her own terms. Her secret may have changed everything, but her honesty has given her the chance to start again. Sister Wives Janelle Brown admits secret that shocked her kids. Janelle Brown has always been seen as the steady, practical, and level-headed wife in the Sister Wives family. She was the one who often put logic over emotion, focused on finances, and worked to keep the family stable when tensions rose. But now, Janelle has come forward with a confession that no one saw coming. She has admitted to a secret she kept from her children for years, one that even shocked them when they finally found out. From the beginning of the show, Janelle seemed different from the other wives. She wasn't as focused on romance as Christine, nor was she as emotional as Mary. Instead, she often looked at the family as a partnership, a household that needed managing. But behind that calm and businesslike approach, Janelle now says she was hiding something she felt too afraid to admit, even to her own kids. The secret Janelle revealed is tied to her feelings about plural marriage itself. For years, she portrayed herself as fully committed to the lifestyle. But in truth, she admits she never fully believed in it the way others did. She says that while she respected the idea, deep down she often questioned whether it was truly right for her. For a long time, she buried those doubts, afraid of what it would mean if she spoke them out loud. Her confession shocked her children because they grew up believing their mother was one of the most supportive of the plural marriage arrangement. In many ways, Janelle was the glue holding things together. She worked long hours, provided financial stability, and often acted as the problem solver when conflicts broke out. To hear her say that she was quietly questioning the very foundation of their lifestyle was difficult for them to process. Janelle explained that her doubts started early on but grew stronger as the years went by. She noticed the imbalance in the relationships, particularly how Kody treated Robin compared to the other wives. While she often stayed silent for the sake of peace, she admits now that silence came with a heavy price. She says her children were stunned when she told them the truth, that she stayed for them, not because she believed in the marriage anymore. This revelation explains so much of what fans saw play out on Sister Wives. Janelle often appeared detached from Kody emotionally, and viewers speculated that she was only there for the family unit, not the relationship itself. Her children always believed she was content with that role, but Janelle has made it clear that was never the full story. She admitted that she didn't want to burden her kids with her struggles while they were growing up. She wanted them to feel secure in the family, even if she herself was conflicted. But eventually, her children began to see through the cracks. As the years went on and Kody's favoritism toward Robin became impossible to ignore, Janelle says her kids began asking their own questions. When she finally came clean about her true feelings, it was both shocking and validating for them. Some of Janelle's children reportedly felt betrayed at first, wondering why their mother kept this truth hidden for so long. Others, however, said they understood, realizing that she was trying to protect them from the pain of the truth. Janelle admitted it wasn't easy to carry that secret for so many years, but she now believes honesty is the best gift she can give her children. Her confession also shines a new light on her split from Kody. Fans know that Janelle officially separated from him, but her admission that she had long questioned the marriage shows that the breakup had been a long time coming. She says she feels liberated now, no longer tied to a system she never fully embraced. Janelle's honesty has sparked mixed reactions from fans. Some are praising her for finally telling the truth, pointing out that her strength and practicality made her the perfect person to admit what others might still hide. Others, however, wonder why she waited so long to come clean, suggesting that perhaps the years of silence did more damage than she realized. Regardless of the opinions, one thing is clear: Janelle's confession has once again reshaped the narrative of the Brown family. For so long, viewers thought she was the loyal and steady second wife, content with her role. But now,